YouTubers, I'm back. If you didn't catch the first video, I did my face, my blush, my bronzer, a little bit of contouring, my eyebrows, and my eyeliner. And now I will move on to the eyeshadow. So what I will start out using is this color from CoverGirl. It's one of their eye enhancers. It's a little bit, it's very shimmery. And I tore off the label, so I don't know what color it is, but just pretty much a color that matches your skin tone. It's good if it has a little bit of shimmer to it. Let's see, and the brush I'm using, this is actually a CoverGirl brush that I got with one of my sets, but pretty much any brush will work just as long as you get good coverage with it. We're just going to put that right on the lid. You can see that it's shimmery. It's got just a little bit of color to it. Okay, so once you've applied that to your lids, this is another CoverGirl set that I got. It's the enhancers for the blue eyes. It's got blue, teal, like a light peach color, and a light cream color. And so using the same brush, I'm going to take the peach, I hope my lights aren't too bright, and I'm going to go kind of just in my crease. And this color matches my skin almost perfectly. It just kind of puts down a base for what I'm going to do in my crease for the darker colors that I don't want to be too dark when they stick to my foundation. So I just kind of put a base coat over first so that it doesn't get, you know, too heavy or too blotchy. So we're just going to put that right in here. And this still has a little bit of shimmer to it, but just not as much. And I don't really clean off my brush in between the colors just to kind of help it, you know, fade up. Okay, and then I'm going to take this light cream color, and it doesn't have to be, you know, any certain kind. Just you want to go from darkest to lightest if you are going to use more than one color. And I'm going to put this right under my brow bone, just for a little bit of lift. It just kind of picks it up, makes it look a little bit higher. Okay, right under there. You just kind of blend them in, make sure that they're mixed well. Don't want any harsh lines. Okay, and so now I'm going to take the same color that I used for my eyebrows, and this is the Rimmel in Dusk, and I'm going to take this brush. It's not very dense, it's pretty loose so that the pigment, it's not too dark on my eye. Just going to get a little bit. We're going to go right in the crease, and it's better if you keep your eye pretty much open. Because when it's open, you can actually see where your crease is. You just kind of want to give it, you want to put most of it out here on the edge. You don't want to go too heavy on the inside. And so that's just kind of going to lay down the basis for our crease. Okay, and then the other side. You do want to continue in to the inside, but you don't want to drag too much. And I always try to follow, you want the shade of your crease to kind of follow whatever shape your eyebrow arch is. Because I don't want a straight line if my eyebrow is going to be up like that. So I always try to just kind of follow. You don't want to get too much up there, just enough to where it kind of accentuates your eyebrows a little bit. So we just want to be sure that we get it on there pretty good. And if it's a little heavy towards the outside, I just take a blush brush, a fluffy one, and just kind of soften it right there on the edge. Okay. And then I'm going to take this brush and show you the difference. This is the difference. This one's a lot smaller, so it's going to deliver more color. I'm taking the same color in Dusk, and this is just going to put just a little bit more down, and I just want to keep it right there on the outer corner. This technique tends to make your eyes look a little bit bigger. And I'm just touching. I'm not sweeping, just touching. And that just kind of places the color. Alright, and then using this same brush, I'm going to, still using the same color, I'm going to go underneath, just because I want to soften up the liner that I already have on. Let's see. Just right there on the outer corner. And I don't know if you can tell the difference between the two, but it just kind of fills it in, makes it a little bit softer. Alright, so now you could stop here, or you could go a little bit further. You can go a little bit darker with the shadow, which I like to do. I like the winged effect. Okay. And using that same brush that we were just using, the thinner one where I just placed it on there, this is just a shimmering black eyeshadow. I believe it's Onyx. Shimmering Onyx. Just going to touch it lightly on there. Okay. And right here, I'm just going to put this on this outer edge, kind of on my lid, a little bit up into my crease. You can see how it adds just a little bit extra. And again, I'm just tapping it on there because I don't want to get any excess that falls loose down here, especially because it's black. It's going to be really hard to get off since I already have my foundation and my powder on. So then the other side, we're just going to kind of stay right down here towards the lash line. On this outer edge of my eyelid. And if you do get excess, just take a blush brush. Just brush it off real lightly. Alright, and then that's it. Now, what I like to use for my eyeliner on top, so far I've been using, since I use blacks and browns for my eyeshadow, I use a black-brown eyeliner, but for the top I use just a dark black, blackest black I believe it is, and then with the brush that they put with it, with the Maybelline Eye Studio, I love it, it's so creamy, it goes on really good, it's fixable, so you're just going to get a little bit on your brush, and you're just going to follow as close as you can to your lash line. And like I said earlier, I liked the wing effect. So you want to put most of your pigment, or you're going to apply most of it to the outer corner, like we've been doing everything else. So you're going to start out a little bit thicker. And you could stop there if you wanted, or you could go out even farther. I'll go ahead and show you how to do that. And what you're going to do is where your bottom goes up, you're going to just follow that line out as far as you want to go. And if you can see, there's a little gap, and so I'm just going to fill it in, just going to connect it, and you don't want to go too far up, or you don't want to go too straight out, you just want to follow the natural curve of your eye. And then it's harder to do on camera. Just kind of follow as close as you can to the lash line. You don't really want to add any extra volume in the liner down front. And if you do, you can simply drag your finger across it and it should fix it for you. Alright, and then we're going to follow that natural line straight out. And that's how I do my eyes. Basically every day. This is my everyday makeup wear. And then I might add just a little bit extra black eyeshadow if I'm going out at night, but I mean, it pretty much works for night as well. Most of the time, if I'm going to go out after I get off work, I just change my hair, change my outfit, and my makeup I just pretty much touch up. And then we're just going to finish off with some waterproof mascara. And in one of my other videos I mentioned the reason why I like to use waterproof, and that is because it holds the curl of my eyelashes, which I curled them before I started filming. Just apply it to the other side. And then of course you would add it to the bottom, but that's basically it. So thank you guys for watching. If you like, subscribe, and I hope you stay tuned for more upcoming videos.